One of the hardest things in English is talking about your mistakes. So in this video, I'm going to show you some natural English phrases that you can use when you make a mistake, whether it's at work, with friends, or in everyday conversations. Let's start with professional situations. A lot of people prefer to say, "I'm sorry." And of course, sometimes that's completely fine. But if you use "I'm sorry" for everything, especially at work, it can start to sound a bit weak or uncertain. A much stronger phrase is, "I take full responsibility for this." I take full responsibility for this. Okay? This phrase immediately sounds calm, professional, and mature. This shows that you are owning the mistake instead of trying to escape from it. And by the way, owning it simply means accepting that something was your fault and being willing to deal with it. Now, not every mistake is completely your fault. Sometimes you simply misunderstood something. In that case, avoid saying, "Well, nobody explained it properly." Don't say that. That sounds defensive. A more natural way to say it is, "I think I misunderstood the instructions." I think I misunderstood the instructions. Or, "I didn't quite catch that the first time." I didn't quite catch that the first time. These phrases soften the situation and make the conversation feel less aggressive. Another really useful phrase is, "That was my oversight." That was my oversight. An oversight is basically when you miss a detail or forget something important. Oversight. And honestly, it sounds much more professional than simply saying, "I forgot." I forgot. Don't say that. Well, avoid saying that in a professional situation. Now, let's say the mistake is small and casual. Maybe you interrupted someone, maybe you sent the wrong link, maybe you made a tiny mistake in conversation. In these situations, native speakers often say, "My bad." My bad. This is very short, this is very natural, and one of the reasons this phrase is useful is because it acknowledges the mistake without making the situation overly dramatic. Okay? Now, if the problem was slightly more serious, but you already fixed it, you can say, "It was a slip up on my part, but it's sorted now." It was a slip up on my part, but it's sorted now. A slip up just means a small mistake, a slip up, and sorted means fixed, resolved. You'll hear this all the time here in the UK, or if you speak with someone who is from Britain. Now, here is something really important in professional English. After you admit the mistake, move quickly to the solution. So instead of staying stuck in apology mode, say things like, "Moving forward, moving forward, I'll da 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 da." Or, "To make sure this doesn't happen again, I'm going to da 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 da." To make sure this doesn't happen again, I'm going to da 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 da. For example, "Moving forward, I'll double check everything before sending it." Moving forward, I'll double check everything before sending it. Notice what happens here. The focus moves away from the mistake and towards improvement, and this is crucial. That instantly makes you sound more capable and professional. Now let's talk about past mistakes. This is especially useful for job interviews. Sometimes people ask, tell me about a time you failed. Tell me about a time you failed. A lot of learners panic here. Well, even native speakers, to be honest. So they panic here because they think they need to hide the mistake. But actually, good interviewers care more about what you learned from it. That's why mistakes are so important. That's why mistakes help you grow. That's why you should embrace your mistakes when it comes to learning English or in life in general. Okay? So instead of trying to sound perfect, say something like, I learned a lot from that experience. I learned a lot from that experience. Or, it was a steep learning curve. It was a steep learning curve. A steep learning curve means you had to learn something difficult very quickly. So by saying this, you turn a bad experience into a story about growth. Now, what happens if you realize you're wrong in the middle of a discussion? A lot of people become defensive. But honestly, one of the most confident phrases in English is, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. This phrase means I can see now that I was wrong and I accept the correction. I can see now that I was wrong and I accept the correction. And strangely enough, saying this often makes people respect you more, not less, because confident people are not afraid of being wrong. Sometimes you accidentally offend someone. Maybe your joke sounded rude, maybe your words came out wrong. In those situations, you can say, I didn't mean any offense. I didn't mean any offense. Or, that didn't come out the way I intended. That didn't come out the way I intended. So this helps people understand that your intention was not to hurt them. So here's the main takeaway from today's video. Stop hiding from mistakes. Embrace them. They will help you grow. They will transform you. Mistakes are normal. Even fluent English speakers make them constantly. Native English speakers make them constantly. The real skill is learning how to respond calmly and naturally when they happen. Because in the real world, confidence is not about being perfect. It's about being able to recover, communicate clearly, and move forward. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.